Howdy, folks, and thank you for listening to the first ever Sheriffcast. A quick word from the horse's mouth on all things paddy wagon. Let's keep you in touch with the climate of our company. Why, you ask? Well, because you asked for it. Let's keep the communication lines smooth and the gossip to a minimum. And when we wake up every day, let's learn, grow, and be better, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, guys, because I want to keep these brief so that you can consistently listen to them and I can consistently keep making them. And my goal is to put these out about once a week in 15-minute increments, just to keep things up to date for all of us, because I know we don't always have the opportunities as much as we'd like to sit down together and share our thoughts around the table. So one of the things I wanted to touch on before anything else, because I completely gaffed on this at our last staff meeting, was I wanted to welcome two new team members, two new deputies to the Paddy Wagon family. The first is the Ant-Man, Anthony, and the second is Chicago Mike, who you all know and love. And welcome both of you. I look forward to working with each of you to make our company better and to make you guys some money. Anytime we bring someone new into the company, it impacts me greatly because I do tend to care so deeply about the people that I work with. And it's certainly never easy to see anyone go, but I want all of you to know that this company is a platform for success. And that's something I meant when I said it. It's completely sincere, and I want you to take that to heart. So as long as you come in every day and you bust ass and you care, when an opportunity arises and something better presents itself, I want you to know that I am behind you 150%. I will go the extra mile to make sure that your future employer, your potential employer, whoever that may be, understands the time and emotional and physical investment that you put into Paddy Wagon. Goes without saying that I would give you a sterling letter of recommendation. And for those of you who hope to grow and continue working with the company, well, join the bandwagon, because I look forward to working with you as well. So to quickly get through some of these administrative notes, I want to talk a little bit about the bathrooms. I know we touched on this in our last staff meeting. The bathroom is a communal space, whether you decide to hold your poop and go at home, or if you just don't go at all, if you're some kind of animatronic robot from a Disney movie. The bathroom's a shared space, and the company is a team effort. So we all need to put in our time. It only takes about 10 minutes. Scrub the head, wipe the mirror down, change the toilet paper when you're in there, for God's sakes. Nothing more frustrating than when you're sitting down and enjoying a nice BM, and then you realize that there's no toilet paper on the roll, and the closest roll is on the shelf above the sink. So if you use the last of the toilet paper, take that extra 10 seconds, swap out the roll. I can't believe I'm saying this into a microphone, but it's the reality of where we are. Another thing that's a team effort, not just on one person or the captains, is our walk-in logs. We have a temperature log posted next to the walk-in. We need to keep that up. It may seem redundant to do that every single day, multiple times a day. The reality is that we use a very custom application for our walk-in cooler to keep all of our product cold. And there has been more than one occasion where something has happened, a fuse trips, something about the computer system that runs the walk-in cooler drops out, and we lose a lot of product. So to prevent that, and also just in good practice, we need to be keeping up with those logs. So if you walk by and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you notice that the second or third time slot for that day hasn't been recorded, go ahead and just take a peek at the wall, take a peek in the walk-in, and see what the temperature is. Write it down and sign your initials next to it. Give you a gold star. Another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was the drinks. This is going to be a dead horse for a lot of you guys that have worked for me for previous seasons, but there's nothing more frustrating for me than to walk in and see a 3/4 of the way full can of Coke or Pepsi just sitting there dying on the wall. And the reason for that is because that all costs money, and the rare opportunities where we are able to sell drinks are some of our most profitable offerings. And so every single can or bottle of water that gets wasted is money out the window, and it shortens that margin. I implemented a Pepsi machine in the break room. I put cans in it so that it was affordable for everybody, and I want you guys to use that. We don't have fountain machines. If we did, I would say drink it all day, but the reality is that every single unit that you crack open and don't drink is harmful to our bottom line. I'm not saying that I don't want people to be hydrated, but I don't think anybody can make an argument for the health benefits of a ice cold can of Coca-Cola. But if you must have one, for God's sakes, finish it. And if you can't finish it, at the very least, hide it somewhere or throw it in the trash. So I'd like to bring back 20-ounce bottles sooner than later because it's a better margin for us, and it's it's a better looking product. It's something that our customers are going to appreciate more. But until we can all understand that this stuff isn't free, and last year I watched hundreds of dollars worth of soda just disappear. I'm not going to be able to do that, and that is, again, harmful to not only our bottom line, but to our brand, because I think we deserve, and our customers deserve, 20-ounce bottles of Pepsi, baby. Come on. That brings me to summertime, man. I know it's starting to warm up out there. I saw some Facebook posts about the heat on the food truck. One thing to consider is that I will always have water for you guys. And if the water pitcher in the office is empty, let me know. I will make the trip to Kroger personally and carry it back on my head like I was in a third world country. But other than that, you're welcome to go and buy a $5 5-gallon pitcher of water and throw it right on that cooler, and I will reimburse you for it. But I want to make sure you guys have fresh water. There's also a couple pumps laying around, and maybe you guys that were here with us last year have seen or even used those. Those were special order. They cost about $30 a piece. They're battery operated, and they will pump water right out of one of those 5-gallon jugs into a cup or a water bottle, and you can take those on the truck with you, and then at the end of the night, slide them back in the walk-in. I think it's a great practice. It happened a little bit last year, but we will always have water for you guys. Water is included. It's a part of the job. Free soda is not. So please keep that in mind. Bring your own water bottle. I don't care if it's a 5-gallon milk jug or if it's a gallon milk jug. Christ, I hope you're not drinking 5 gallons of milk. But bring a jug, bring a bottle, bring a Yeti, whatever you need to. We'll try to keep some cups around as well for the instances where you forget your bottle. But that's something I just can't keep track of for you guys. Another thing I wanted to talk about was repair requisitions. These are new this year. It's something that the crew over the last few years, especially the leadership, have asked for. Because for me, it tends to be 80% of the time that I'm the guy that's fixing something that's broken. And I completely understand that. That comes with the territory. All in the line of duty, as they say. But I can't always remember what's broken and where it's broken and when it broke and how imperative it is to get fixed. And I can think of $500 worth of things right now that I would love to line back up in good working order, but priorities, as I'm sure you understand. So those repair requisition forms, the repair recs, are there for you guys as almost reminders for me when something happens, or if something hasn't happened yet but it seems imminent. For instance, we had an issue a couple days ago with the kitchen display system, or the Fresh Kids, as you guys are calling it, not being logged in, and no one knew the login information. That kind of thing, as well as the square. That should already be on the trucks, and I'm gonna, I've made a note of that, and I'll make sure that login information is printed and put in the pertinent information folder on both trucks. If you don't know where that is, ask your captain on duty. But anything like that, if it seems like it could be a problem. Another recent issue is the window lifts. And I had replaced 2 of them because they do tend to go bad at least once a year. And so I replaced 2 before the start of the season, but 2 just didn't quite cut it. So on a windy day, the windows would bobble a little bit. And, that's something that should be brought to my attention, but something that I'm not going to immediately drop everything and run and grab more, and probably have to track them down because they're not always in stock at, the friendly neighborhood Fifth Avenue AutoZone. So, something like that pops up, and that it's not a deal breaker. It's not that you can't operate that day or that week, but it's going to be a problem at some point. Put it on a repair rec form. Circle the 1 or the 2, the low priority stuff, drop it in the box in my office, and I promise you, I will not ignore it. You have my pledge on that I will fix those things in the order of priority that they are laid out to me, and if it's within my ability to do so. I want to talk a little bit about uniforms. We've been struggling with this, and I've been very lax on it. I mentioned this briefly in the meeting, but there will come a point where if I'm at the shop and you show up for a wedding or a catering, and you don't have black pants on, you're wearing jeans, you're wearing shorts, I'm going to send you home. You decide to show up in your Marvel Avengers shirt, you're going to be sent home, or at least told to change, and hopefully we have a change of clothes there for you. So please, that's, I know it gets hot, and I think there's a lot of available solutions that look good and are also black. It doesn't have to be black dress pants. It doesn't have to be baggy drawstring chef pants, but I do just need you guys in black pants because, by definition of the uniform, we need to look in a way that is such. The last thing I want to go over before I close out here, guys, was the 420 ban until after 5 o'clock. I know that's devastating for a lot of you, but I hope it's something that you'll be able to respect, not just for my sake, but for your coworkers in the company. As we've mentioned a number of times, anybody could walk through that door at any moment. It's happened. It will happen again. The fire marshal shows up. The ag inspector shows up. A health inspector might mistakenly stumble in thinking they have some kind of authority over the shop. In those instances, not only are we pushing our luck by smoking on the far side of the shop in the break room, but now we're actually breaking the law by consuming an illicit substance. And trust me, I completely understand how silly that is, but it's just the reality of things. So, again, let's keep the 420 until after 5. If you are addicted or you just need that fix, take it outside, take it down the street, walk it up onto the train tracks. It's very scenic up there. Yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I look forward to keeping these up, and I will talk to you guys soon. Any feedback, please share it, and I will be sure to include it in next week's installment. Peace, love, and brisket, y'all. Keep it legal.
I shot the sheriff, but I swear it was in self-defense.